us break down CLG's win.
Thank you very much, Riv. And you guys were just talking about Doublelift, and this is a clip that's actually going to feature him. It's that Baron at the end. So as we pull that clip up on your screen here, the game relatively tame all throughout. 4 dragons on CLG, a lot of conditions coming up for them to win. Do Baron, wait for dragon. They opt to go for Baron after they catch X Special, and because he's down, there really isn't disengage, and Phoenix has no time to back just yet. So as we start rolling this clip out, you're going to watch Doublelift's positioning. At this point, he's saying, well, we could get Baron, or I could just kill their entire team. So when Dominate goes in, the highest health member remaining on Team Liquid's side, Doublelift sees an opportunity to go straight up here into the damage dealers of Team Liquid, and he's able to take out Piglet and Phoenix. Even if Dom steals this Baron, which he has an opportunity to, it doesn't matter. The game is still going to be over because of Doublelift's play here. He's no longer dealing damage to the Baron. He's able to go around the side and get to the damage dealers to take them out. They're going to kill Dominate in the pit no matter what with Pobelter. As long as Doublelift is able to make a play here onto Piglet and Phoenix, the game's over, whether or not the Baron is stolen. So as we continue to roll this clip out, you're going to see exactly that happen. Doublelift gets the crits, the jump in, goes for Phoenix, kills him, and gets a reset to go after Piglet. Right there, CLG had all the cards. Regardless of whether or not they got the Baron, it was going to be their game no matter what. And that's actually CLG's first victory in 10 games over Team Liquid, putting them at 1-9 in their last 10 games. CLG may be there on their upswing here, but we'll have to see as the week continues on and as they go into tomorrow. So CLG, I'll talk a little bit more about that game, because the way CLG played it at the level 1 is they gave that advantage up to Zion in the top lane over Quas. And that's what set the tone for the entire game. And it's all about getting yourself all these cards so that the team has to react to you. And that's exactly what we saw in that situation too. That's enough. Let's hand it off to Dash, who's standing by with an interview.
Thank you, Zyrene. I am joined by Zion Spartan and Doublelift here. Zion, I'm coming to you first because, as Irene just mentioned, coming into this matchup, CLG had lost the previous 9 games against Team Liquid. So here we go, 1-9 in the last 10 games. One, how does it feel to have broken that record? But 2, also kind of break the shell of this idea of like the CLG slump mid-season.
Yeah, honestly, it feels great to win. To beat Team Liquid, first of all, because we haven't beaten them in so long. Like, the whole time I've been on the team, we haven't even beat them once in LCS. So, and in playoffs, we lost. So to actually beat them and prove, hey, guys, we're not tilting at the end of the season. Like, we're improving and learning as a team. It's great. But honestly, like, I'm not that focused on this game. I'm focused on playoffs, and I'm glad we've won. But I just want to focus on what's ahead and not get too, like, focused on this win. Yeah, this win's great, but there's more to come.
All right, well, an upward swing for sure for CLG. Doublelift, this win did play an important role in your trip to the playoffs. What was different about this time around against Team Liquid that allowed you guys to come out with the victory?
Well, yeah, there's a story of like the CLG slump and also the curse that we have where we can't beat Team Liquid or TSM. Basically, those are the 2 teams that have blocked us from doing well at playoffs. I think a lot of it was just because generally earlier in the season, we'll just kind of get unlucky or maybe lucky with the scheduling, and like we'll just play all the worst teams. And then we'll play TSM and Team Liquid and we'll get stomped. But this split is really good because we ended up having like a wake-up call in the middle of the season as opposed to like slumping towards the end. And I think every team will have their ups and downs, but having that down in the very middle of the split versus towards the end lets us bounce back. And everyone has really stepped up. Everyone's putting in more time. Our training is more intense, and like all of us are just taking it a lot more seriously. And it's just like this roster, everyone's putting their 110%. It's just really nice.
Now, jumping into this game in a more specific fashion, we saw, Zion, you come out with a huge CS lead on Fizz and that very early kill onto Quas due to the lane swaps. But I want to ask a more broad question, which is how does a pro team decide if and when to make the swaps following the bounce? Because you ended up in the advantageous bounced lane where Quas couldn't necessarily match you.
Yeah, it's basically just deciding who you want to get ahead. In that case, in this scenario, we decided, hey, let's let Zion get ahead this game, and it worked out.
All right. Doublelift, back to you. We talk all the time about you know, the story leading up to playoffs. There's the hoopla around who's going to make it, who's going to make a run for different positionings. And in this split in particular, there's teams swapping places left and right in the standings right now. Is it difficult as a player to block that out of your vision and not, you know, peek at the scoreboard and focus solely on, you know, what's the next step along the road?
Well, I have a lot of experience, so it's pretty easy for me. And also, every time we have a roster change, I think of it as a new team. Like, I don't care about what happened last split or the split before or the story of CLG. I care about the story of these 5 people that we're playing with. So, yeah, it's pretty simple, I think. And the more success that we have, the easier it's going to come. We used to like celebrate every single game and be really hypey about winning or being ahead. These days, I think it's a lot more normal, and it's just having a winner's attitude.
And you also mentioned that, you know, the scheduling this year has maybe had an effect on the way that you guys are dealing with the ups and downs as a team. Just looking at who you have coming up, Cloud9, Dignitas, and Team 8, 2 of those teams are in the bottom echelon. You know, is there a fear that things could be too easy from here and you get back to that comfortable feeling leading into playoffs?
I don't think so. I think we've known so much failure that we're not going to get overconfident or cocky. Like, honestly, yeah, just look at like any one of our careers. It's pretty sad. So this is the run. Like, I feel like this is our time. So, and all of us know it. So we're putting in, like I said, 110%. We're not going to get overconfident or lose in a really stupid way that, well, I mean, we might lose in a stupid way, but not because we were like, oh, it's just a bottom team. That's definitely never going to happen anymore.
Now, Zion, I'm going to assume that you have similar sentiments in the sense that you believe this is your guys' opportunity to make that run, really prove yourselves. What do you think is the one big barrier between you guys now and where you want to finish in playoffs, making it to Worlds?
Honestly, there's just still so much to learn. Like, we won that game, but like going back, I'm sure there's so much that we can look at, and honestly, like everything we need to improve on. Like, there's still everything: individual play, team play. Like, there's just so many different things that we can improve on that there's not one thing I'm focused on. It's just not getting complacent and constantly striving to be the best, and have that improvement is what I'm looking for.
All right, dedication to being the best. I like to hear that. Once again, gentlemen, congratulations on the victory here. Now, don't touch those transceivers. The action continues after this with first place Gravity taking on Team Dignitas. We'll be right back. Congrats.
All right, I'm turning 22 tomorrow, so I need you guys to help me memorize the Taylor Swift lyrics.
Is it? No, it's not. It's not tomorrow, is it?
It is tomorrow.
Yeah, his birthday's tomorrow.
Holy. I thought it was next week.
Yeah, Tony forgot your gift.
Maybe too little, too late. Quas gets hit. Zion Spartan under the turret's definitely going to go down for his troubles. And Phoenix goes down. The Monsoon gave a bit of health back to Team Liquid, and they're able to stay pretty healthy in the fight.
Okay, I'm going to smite at 1.5k.
Wait, Rek'Sai.
All right,
Got
nice.
it. Pull. Go. Nice.
Go, Peter, go.
Nice.
Counter Logic Gaming taking down Team Liquid.